Good morning. I'm going to try to find us really as quickly as I can. Good morning, girls. Good morning, good morning. And I have kind of a little plan today, and it'll be different, but it'll be good. You're welcome to play along with me or wait and do it your own. I am just trying. Oh, I have to do this. Good. Now I can see who's here. So I've had some really good success yesterday, and I have made some choices, and we're going to talk about lots of good stuff, and then we're going to go on and make some art. So give me just a minute here, and let's see if some others will join us. Hi, Joni. Hi, Diana. Hi, Chris. Makes me happy to see you girls. It really does. When your names pop up, I get a great big smile on my face. Hi, Jackie. Okay, so first things first, girls. I've got my ruler in my hand. Immediately following this class at noon Mountain Time, which is where I still am for a little longer. Hi, Les, honey. I've missed you. Leslie lives right around the corner from me, and I haven't seen her because I've been so unwell. This is a crazy time. Anyway, at noon here, we have flu at our house, right? Oh, I'm so sorry, Chris. So sorry. Hi, Danielle. At noon today, Mountain Time, we have Tags, Parts, and Pieces, and we're going to finish up for this month. And I wanted to show you, this is what we did yesterday. We worked on scrappy houses. Hello, Denise. Good morning, good morning. And it was so much fun. It was absolutely, you can see my hands are shaking today. I got shaky hand today. So we are going to do more scrappy houses today on Tags, Parts, and Pieces. And I hope if you are in that class, please join me. I am trying to figure out with what's it called that we're on now, YouTube, how to do private classes. And I haven't figured it out yet, but I will. As soon as I do, I will transfer all of the videos from Sacred Journals and Tags, Parts, and Pieces over to those YouTube channels. I think I just have to make a brand new channel for those. I think. But we'll see. I don't know. So you can find me on YouTube. And I started with yesterday's video. It is up there on YouTube. There is a lot of illness going around, and we want everybody to be healthy and happy and all that good stuff. So yeah, you'll be able to find your videos on YouTube. I will have class videos. I'm going to have time, I believe, to get all, if not almost all. Yesterday, I downloaded all of the videos I did for a class I did with Lindsay called Hocus Pocus. And I'm sending them off to her today, so she will have them, and evidently there'll be a special place where they reside for the rest of their lives. It was not as difficult as I thought to move things over or to even store them to my phone temporarily while I moved them over. But they will be under Michelle Makes Art on YouTube. And I think if you do a little search on YouTube, you'll be able to find us. But I did put up a link to yesterday's video and my and my channel yesterday. Hi, Lynn. And I really hope this is going to work out well. Gary said not to worry. We have a YouTube Prime membership. I don't know exactly what that means, but okay. And so, yeah, I am transferring things. The daily videos, girls, I hate to tell you this. If you want to tag me in one you're specifically wanting me to move over, I can do that, possibly. But I can't do that, pack my house, prepare for a wedding, and also move to Ohio. So this is the part that you may not love. After today, our morning sessions will be come as I can come. They aren't going to be every day, at least until I get settled in my new home. I don't know. You'll have to ask Lindsay how you find Hocus Pocus. I have no idea. I'm just sending everything to her. She asked me to please send it to her. She was setting something up. So Denise, if you'll ask Lindsay, I'm sure you'll get a better answer than you're going to get from me. So I am going to take a prolonged vacation to get everything together. I will come in at least on Friday. On every Friday, I will try to come on every Friday except for the 21st of March because that's the day before our wedding and I'm going to be up to my eyeballs in alligators, I'm sure of it. But if you will do so, if you will allow me to get this going and everything working correctly, I will be back in April. Well, I'm doing so well. I feel 100 times better. I still have a cough and I am still guzzling water. But oh my goodness, I feel better. So we've been working with this idea of black and white checks, and I want to continue with that, but I'm going to flip over to a brand new fresh page because I want to finish that drawing on my own. And 22nd of March, the 22nd of March, and oh my gosh, so excited. Our wedding rings came yesterday, and I think they're beautiful. And I think Gary's going to be thrilled to death with how they turned out. I'm just really, really thrilled about it. And I have a couple of straggly things to do, but yeah, I'm really excited too. The wedding invitations, because there's only 25 invitations going out, are going out sometime the 1st of next week. So it's a little late, but we only have family coming, really. A few very, very close friends, but mostly family. And so I wasn't worried about it. But life is good, girls. And by taking this time off and getting my house packed and not having so much concern and worry, it will make my load so much lighter. It really will. I am not going to do sign-ups for the next session of Tags, Parts, and Pieces, as well as the next session of Sacred Journals until I get moved. Well, or I don't know, maybe I can do it. Good morning, honey. How are you, Susie? Maybe I can do signups. It's going to be an exciting spring in both classes. And I'm really excited because it'll be a new adventure for me and it'll feel all brand new. So there you go. Okay, that's what I know so far. Aren't you excited about what I know? It's not very much, to be honest with you. But we've been kind of working, and I'm just going to be 100% honest. Renata has been a huge influence on me this month. And so I wanted to show you a little something. If you're doing checks, this is just if you're doing checks, okay? I'm just laying my ruler about 1/8 of an inch from the edge. If you don't want to use ruler, which I rarely do, and you want 1/2 inch, you're just going to make hash marks, just a little line, lightly in pencil, every 1/2 inch. Now, Renata has a very steady hand. I do not have a steady hand, and I think we all know that. And if you saw me holding that piece of scrappy houses, you know I don't have a very steady hand these days. But here we are. We're just going to make these little marks down the length, and we're going to do that along both sides. Along both sides. And because this is spiral bound, I'm coming in 1/8 of an inch from the spiral. And I'm just going to mark those 1/2 inch spots down this side. And this just should give you, so that once you draw something, and that's what I want to show you, because we're going to draw something in the middle here. Here we go. I'm almost to the end. Bonus. There we are to the end. Now I'm going to do the same thing across the top. All I'm doing is these little, and I don't want to push it too far because, you know, I've got this. But that, and about 1/8 of an inch from the top. That looks perfect. And just do these little marks. I can't see very well today. We could be in some problems. Whoops. Oh, that's 2 1/4. That's not 2 1/2. And that wasn't even 2. There's my 2. The light is reflecting off my metal ruler, and I can't see it as well as I'd like to. 2 1/2. 3 is right there. Right there. That's annoying. I think that's 3. No, that can't be 3 1/2. Can it? Nope, that's 3 1/2. 4 1/2, 5. Okay. That's kind of messy up on the top. Coming down here, I'm just going to lay this pretty conveniently right there. And, oh, if I put my hand up before, it would have been much easier because that blocks the light coming and glaring off my ruler. Okay, good to know. So I've just got little grid marks. That's all I want. I'm not drawing any lines. But let's say that, good morning, Jamie. Let's say that I want to draw something here in the center. And since I'm really kind of focused on these scrappy houses, I am going to start with a kind of a hill. I enjoy putting my little scrappy houses on top of a hill, okay? I just think it's cute. And we're going to draw a scrappy house. I think this could be kind of a very wonky house. So I'm penciling in the base of the house. And here we've got a roof line. And I am just drawing a flat roof because I think I want a second story on my house. So I'm going to come up here and we're going to have a second story. And again, I'm keeping it wonky. And I'm going to give it a roof line right there. And I totally want a roof that's not quite right. So I'm adding the roof. See, so simple. Really simple, girls. We're keeping it simple. Now, it doesn't matter where I go from here. I have that grid to either fill in the whole back with a checkerboard. The whole background could be a checkerboard. Or it can help me be a checkerboard here, and different checkers. Even the grass can be checkers. So let me just show you what I mean by that. Okay, my roof is hanging over. Pardon me. And there's my roof line. So I can come in now and we don't need that anymore. Now let's say I'm building this crazy, funny, weird, wonderful house and I'm going to add more to it. That's okay. I can add more to it. What I need to know is what's going to be checked and what isn't. And that's what's important. Like, for instance, I'm going to add a tree right here. And I'm just pulling down the trunk of the tree. And I'm going to let that go all the way to the bottom. And my tree is going to have just little round sections. And they're going to get larger in size. Just like that. And he can go off the page. He doesn't have to be all enclosed in the page. But there's my tree. Now, if I want my hillside here to be checked, I'm going to draw a line, no matter how wiggly, from this mark to this mark. I'm going to come up here and draw another line. Right there. That's my second line. This is going to be my third, and it's going to connect to all the way over to here. It's not going to cover where I've got penciled in a tree. This one, and this is where, if you want to use a ruler, go ahead and use a ruler. I mean, it just shows you exactly where your line goes, and you can just quick draw it in like that. Now, the same is true for the bottom here. You can lay your ruler just like that and make a mark right at the top so that you know where your check's going to go. And if I've done a good job, which I think I kind of have, and I'm a little surprised by it, I'm going to line up these and just make an additional mark at the top of the hill where I want each checker to go. It's just organizing how you're going to proceed with this. For me, you know, other people can, like Renata, I know she can just look at this and her hands is steady and everything's working well for her. So she has no problem drawing in her checkerboard. And also, please remember, checkerboards are different sizes. So maybe, baby, I think the rest I can do by eye. I can come and connect this to this. And I'm going to connect this to this. And I am drawing in my checkerboards. Now, the more you do this, the less you're going to need any help with it. But mine are always wonky in size. They are never just even Steven if I don't take the time to really put them into place. And I think you saw that yesterday. Oops, that one's off. Let's get over here. That's perfect. Okay, so I've got the checks drawn in. Then I'm just going to take my pen and let's see if this one's going to work today. First off, I'm going to give myself this bottom weight line. I want a foundation to build on. Putting that one down, I'm getting a little heavier line here. This is a Micron 12. I really like it. It's very bold. Very, very, very bold. Okay. So you can say I've got a weight line. Now I've also got my hill. I can put my hill in place. Beginning of the outline. Now I'm going to put in my first lines, my very first lines. And that doesn't need to extend beyond there because I've got the tree there. So here we go with our horizontal lines coming back, filling in with our vertical lines. I don't know how many minutes or hours, because I'd be at it for hours, it takes Renata to do some of the beautiful work she does. But I'm going to tell you, part of what is so fabulous about what she does is that her color theory is so good. Okay, so there's my hillside, and you can see it's still wonky. That's okay with me. I am going to draw in the outline of my tree. So that's the bottom part of my tree, and here is my tree trunk. It's going to be a skinny tree to hold up a whole lot of stuff, okay? Now, you don't have to go black and white, and I talked to you about this some yesterday, but I want to talk to you more about it today, if I can find the right colored pencil. Right there. We'll have to sharpen these partway through, but let's say my hillside is green because generally that's what I want. I want a green hillside unless it's fall, and then I'll let it be all colors. I can decide on my color theory right here and now. And my checkerboard is going to be 2 shades of green. And I am going to fill in those 2 shades of green. And I'm using colored pencils, of course, because they're so easy. So I've chosen a spring green and a chartreuse. Now, once I've got my first line in and I kind of know where I'm headed, I can do what would be almost all of the green, this spring green, because it's going to come right. Whoops, not there. It's going to come right here. Excuse me, girls. Now this changes the way your checkerboard starts to look because you've chosen different colors. And these aren't traditional. Traditional is black and white. Let's be honest. It just is. And I'm coming in here with these greens, and that's going to change the way this comes off. It's going to be more striking, maybe, or less. Here we go. We're just going to fill in. Markers. You can do it with watercolors, colored pencils, whatever you happen to have. You could even fill in with crayon. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Gonna sharpen just really quickly here. Okay, so we're going to come right here and do more spring green. And I just want you to kind of start to see, because you could do every section of this, including the background, all of the house, all of the tree, with the checkerboards. Now, checkerboards are just one. They are just one. And I am not a Zen doodleist. I think what Renata has done, it feels very much like I used to see a lot of the Zen doodle, where her color theory is creating a pattern that, gosh, she's got large within small and small within large, and it's just beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. So practice maybe, or at least try, because I think trying is so important. Try to add a different color into your checkerboards. And remember, this is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be work, work, work. It's supposed to be fun, fun, fun. Like the Beach Boys song. And we had fun, fun, fun till her daddy took the T-bird away. And I am seeing this so, it's just so different. And I'm really quite liking it. It's very hard for me to draw anything without holding my paper in place, because I tend to pull at my paper. You will have to find out how that works best for you, okay? And then remembering that inside each of these checks, you have a little place where you can detail and add more to it. This is yours to add anything you want to. So it becomes a little microcosm. Now, you can dimensional this. Oh my gosh, you could do amazing dimensional work with just this. I was going to show you that piece of art, but I can't find it. I think it's already packed up. found some really interesting stuff when we were packing yesterday. My daughter came over and helped me, for which I am eternally grateful. And we found, we found an entire suitcase filled with the most beautiful layouts I think I ever did. And such amazing treasures. We found pictures, we found letters. It was so precious to find. Every year, Jesse and Morgan didn't have a lot of money. You know, nobody does starting out. And they just didn't have much. And so I found all the little construction paper cards and things that the kids sent me for various holidays. And they drew their own pictures. They made it their own. I'm going to take a drink, girls. And I got to be honest with you, it's precious to see this. It knocks my socks off. It really does. Now let's go over to just this section of our tree. And I am going to come in and erase any lines I have in here because I don't want them to be there. So I'm just taking those lines and they're gone. Now I'm not going to, I've got to sharpen this pencil though. I've got to buy a new sharpener. Mine's getting so old that it's now tearing at the wood. No, it's worse because this move, I'm leaving so much behind. I'm leaving behind early scrapbooks that I did. And I'm saying goodbye to memories. Not that I don't carry them with me. I've photographed things that are really important to me. And, but I'm leaving them behind in the care of my daughter and my sons. For instance, I have my mother's wedding crystal. And Jessie has asked if she may have that. And quite frankly, I'd rather give it to her now than have her come out to Ohio and claim it when I'm gone. I don't think that would be helpful. And I'm taking one beautiful family picture with me, but I don't see how I can take our family pictures and create a new home and a new life with Gary, with my old life hanging on the walls. So we are storing them here in Idaho, and we are going to make that happen. And even my scrapbooks, I'm not taking those with me. I'm going to start a new scrapbook for Gary and I. Now, those of you know I started out as a scrapper, and my personal opinion is that I will die a scrapper. That's just how I feel about it. And so here we go. Now, what I've done is drawn a smaller grid on this part of the tree. I cried yesterday as I cleaned out my bookshelves. Now, that's a funny thing, but I've always been a reader, and I let go I would say 60, maybe 70% of my books. And I did it for a purpose. Gary and I have duplicate books, and he has those. I do know that, Lindsay. And we have laughed so hard about that. I probably have, I'm guessing, 300 unfinished layouts. And my scrapbooks, like I had done as much on Aiden's scrapbook as I possibly could, because his mother did not feel comfortable sharing pictures of the children after she divorced my son. And so we no longer got any pictures of Aiden or Layla. And believe me, that is some hard stuff. That is really, really hard stuff. Let me grab a brown pencil. And it doesn't matter to me to what, oh, it doesn't want to be that. Is that brown? It's sepia, it'll do. Anyway, so no, I didn't have any. I couldn't go any further with his book. But he had never seen a picture of his father holding him as an infant. And I had scrapbooked that. I had scrapbooked the day that his father gave him a blessing at church. And, you know, I had those pictures. He had never seen any of those. I even had, and he was amazed to see pictures of his mother so young. And he said, she was beautiful. And I said, she still is, honey. And he said, well, she was more beautiful then. Okay. But she still is. She's a beautiful woman. It's one thing about my son. He marries beautiful women. And then he moves on. For whatever reason. And we as a family know the reasons. And, you know, I even understand Sarah's reluctance to share, because she remarried 4 months after the divorce. She was not having an affair. I want to make that absolutely crystal clear. She did not have an affair. She met a wonderful man, and they fell very much in love, and they married 4 months after the divorce. But she had been through absolute pounded hell with my son. I don't deflect any of that away from him. He'll even tell you he should have never, ever been married, but he's so grateful he was, because he has 2 beautiful children. And they're finding him, and they love him, and they think he's fabulous. Now, can you start to see how this different size plays off of the larger size? I just did a little, I think it's about a 1/4 inch grid, and we're coloring it in real quickly. So, you know, all these things work for your best, but I cannot possibly pack this whole house if I don't get a wiggle on. And this sounds crazy, I have 3.5 weeks to pack my life up. And so, yeah, it's gonna be hard, and it's gonna be a lot of work. And I try to isolate a section or a room a day. Like yesterday was just nothing but books. Nothing but books. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 suitcases that I use for decor that I am going to pack just like packing boxes. Except for that they're old, and I don't want them to break or to be ruined. So I'm packing lighter weight things in those. I have huge apothecary jars, really large apothecary jars. And I've got to pack those. How in the world do you pack a 30-inch apothecary jar? I have no idea. I've got to go buy bubble wrap. That's what I think I need to do. It's crazy. This is a crazy thing to be doing at any age, but to move across country, I've moved across town. I've never moved across country. It's a whole different animal. And so what I wanted you to see is there are ways as we go through this that your checks are going to bounce off each other. Moving blankets and packing tape. Well, I still have a lot of quilts and blankets to pack. So yeah, I can wrap them up in that. I'm just afraid when they start shoving them into corners in the packing van, the moving van, things are going to get broken. But oh well, if they get broken, they get broken. So on this one, I went dark green and aquamarine, which is a deep turquoise kind of color. And the colors still work together. You still know one's a hill and one's a tree, but whatever. If I want to come in, I love this. I love playing like this, you guys. This makes me happy. I can take a little, this is just a little piece of, what's it called? Cardstock. And I've got a 1/2-inch punch. I can take that little circle. I can turn it into a rose. What would have been easier is probably to just do the rose first and then punch it out. But here we go anyway. Give it some color. First, then, something to remember, Michelle, color first, then punch things out. This is a pain. But just color it in. And I'm not trying to do anything fancy with my colors today. Just color it in. And that can become a whole hill filled with rosebuds if I want to. So see, I can take and add rosebuds. I can pop them up. I can leave them flat, whatever I want. This is where it becomes so much fun. If you're drawing a house, like I love drawing these little houses. I've been doing it for a number of years. And each one is different from the next one. I've never had two look the same. But only I can decide how straight or crooked my walls are on my house. Only I can decide if my roof tips to the right or tips to the left or is straight as a stick. Only I can decide this. If you packed for a moving company, you know that I am not anywhere close to where I should be. In fact, I even thought about, can I just call somebody and say, please come pack my house. I don't know what I'm doing or how I'm doing it, and it's becoming a problem. I think the most important thing when you're doing anything kind of doodling, whether it's me showing you what you can do with checks, or it's just drawing a scrappy house, or coming in, the most important part of what you're going to do is going to be the details that you add to it. So like if you want a drippy gingerbready looking roof, add a gingerbready looking roof. It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Mine certainly isn't. Come in and add whatever details you want to it. It's kind of like fixing dinner. You can fix a green salad. You can fix a chicken salad. Oh, I have done that. I have a master list with every box. Every box is numbered. List of contents on every box. I have done that. And it's also done on the outside of the box. And the weight of your pen. You know, if I want this roofline bolder, which that would look nice, I'm just going to come in with a different weight of pen. That's all. Maybe I'm going to do 2 lines instead of just 1. It's cute as can be. Maybe I want a circle window in the attic. Maybe I don't. Maybe my walls are going to be double thick. You have to choose what you're going to do. I know you've watched Lindsay doodle, and it's so amazing to watch her just off the top of her head do this and that and the next thing. I have to have a plan. You guys, I am not good without a plan. So do I want a chimney off here? Yeah, I want a chimney. I love a good chimney. And I especially like a good crooked chimney. So I can add a chimney anytime I want. Maybe I want my roof to be all flowers. I can come in and fill in this whole roof with nothing but flowers. Maybe I just want a big oval window in the center of the second floor. Maybe that's all I want, is that big oval window. I can do that. I can give it sections like that, or I can go just completely wild and give it sections like that. I can give it a double frame, or I can just come in and add polka dots all the way around the frame of the windows. And that's so much fun. You know, not being so serious, not taking yourself so serious is fun. After I've colored it in, I can just, good morning, Charlene. I can just, after I color it in, I can do mark making and add white or black or even similar colors to it. But you can begin to see that, like, okay, here, let's just drop this down. Let's add a roof. And I always like it when my roof extends out. And let's add a little birdhouse just hanging off the roof. It's so relaxing too, girls. It's really fun. It's really relaxing. It's going to take your mind off of things. I want to get back to that tree for a second. whether this is all going to be very modern or very doodly or whatever you want it to be. Like here, just adding stripes all the way across this roof. Are they going to be all just perfect stripes? I got to tell you, no, they are not. They are going to be a little bit of everything. But now I've got stripes. Maybe I'm going to have a cat sitting in one of the tree sections. Let's outline this tree section. Right off the page. Just like that. Now, that's such fun, but maybe you have two little eyeballs looking out and you fill the rest in with leaves. Or you put another scallop all the way around your tree. Is it a flower or is it a tree? Or is it a hybrid? Is it a flowering tree? But each section can be different. And that's so much fun. That gives you a freedom. Do you have a front door on your house? Or maybe you've only got a back door and you write a quote there. Start to see where all of this blends together. Maybe right here, we have a toadstool bench right outside the door. Use your whimsy, use your imagination. Let it play. Maybe this cute little mushroom, toadstool, has a very tall neighbor next to him. And maybe even a little shorter one, but still tall, right behind him. See what you and your curiosity and your imagination can create. Maybe this is just a whole hillside of nothing but fat, round, tall, skinny mushrooms. And maybe this one has a heart mark, but this one has 3 little dots on it. So see, you are going to be you're the curator of your little scrappy house. Whatever it ends up being. I really encourage you to get some kind of a sketchbook. I try out all kinds of ideas in mine. And some are so random and some are not. And some you can tell the beginning from the end and some you can't. But like this, I'm in love with. I think that's so cool. Can I go over my pencil again and darken it in and make it really solid? You bet I can. But I can also go over it again and depending on what pencils I have, and I have a lot, I can pencil in shading and light and all that kind of stuff. And I'll just show you for a second what I mean. Here's a pale aqua, a light aqua. I can come up right here and I can lighten this section and blend it in using that pale aqua and give this a whole different look. And don't forget, you've always got at your fingertips, I'm hoping, you've got some kind of a white marker that you can just add highlights. It doesn't have to be every square. It can be every other square. It can be one square here, one square there. If I want to come in and give it more depth of color, just come in with a peacock blue and go underneath it. But you want to work these together. You just don't want it to be, oh, there's a slash of peacock blue. You want them to work together. So you're going to blend carefully and blend your colors. Absolutely so much fun. And this gives me a darker shadow down here at this base, which for me is great. And just keep working with it. I'm still wondering what I want to do with the front door of my house. Oftentimes, I just add a big heart to the front of the house. And boy, that's something you could do with your tree. You have a tree filled with little hearts. I like the idea of the flowers on the roof. I think I may do a flower garden roof. But let me grab a pencil. If I have a door, it's going to be just as wonky as the rest of the house. So maybe you draw it at an angle, or maybe you make just a big curved door. I like the angle. And I love a door that has maybe 3 panels on it. I think that's so fun. So let's give it 3 light panels. A really modern looking door. And I'm not sure I like it, so I'm not going to pencil it in yet. But when I figure out what I want, I'll do it. I do like the door itself. I just don't like all the panels. And maybe I just have a heart. You know, I always love a good heart. Maybe I just add a heart to the front door. And then I have to decide, is it going to be polka dots on the front of this house? Or at least this part of the house? Because it looks like they added this later. I honestly don't know where it's going. Am I going to outline each of my checkers? I can. And I guess that's what I want you to know. Okay, so that's it for today. I don't know how long I've been on. How long have I been on? But I've got another class, so I've got to go get ready for the other class. Can somebody give me a time, please? Now, understanding, I won't be here again until Friday. I won't be here again until Friday. I will be packing my house. I will be 11:04. Pam, I'm right on time. Okay, I'm going to quit for today and we'll come back. I've been on for an hour. Yay! So, I will be back Friday and check in with you Friday and maybe doodle a little bit. Maybe do some lettering. We haven't done any lettering for a couple of weeks. Think of a great quote, girls. Think of a great quote. Anyway, I love you. I'm grateful for you, and I will see you on Friday. Until then, think of me buried under boxes. Bye, girls.